Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Huskers in Enemy Territory. Today, we're going to talk about the Nebraska Cornhuskers top 15 list mid-season or so. I kind of got the inspiration from the NFL top 100 list that you normally see before the season. So maybe I should do next year. I'll try and do a top 15 prior to the upcoming season, and then do maybe a mid and then late ranking as well for next year. But I'll do finishing top 15 once we finish up with Iowa at the end of the year. But let's get to it. Here's my top 15 players so far for the upcoming 2021 season. I started my list with number 15, Nick Hendrick. He so far has compiled 65 tackles, one sack, and one tackle for loss. He just seems like one of those guys out there that is a huge leader for this team, and I'm just excited to see what he can do for the rest of the year. Number 14, I have Xavier Betts, 15 passes, 22 yards, but overall, the biggest impact he has is the 3 carries for 109 yards and one touchdown. I would just really like to see Nebraska get him more involved in the offense. I think he's just a speed demon, and we just really need to figure out a way to get him the ball, because whenever he has the ball, he just makes so many great plays. So I have for number 13, Yaquiz Yant. He has 28 attempts for 190 yards and one touchdown. Um, this kid is a walk-on. He just got on scholarship this year. It's just, I think he's going to do a lot of great things here at Nebraska. I'm not sure who I would compare him to in the past, but he's just like that traditional bruiser. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Rex Burkhead in a way, because Rex, he kind of bruised the middle, or maybe even what's his name, Halou Jr. Yeah, I think he kind of was a bruiser as well. So those are kind of two nice comparables for him. Number 12, I put Oliver Martin. He has 9 catches for 147 yards and one touchdown. And kind of the knock on him has been that he's missed a few games so far this year, and I think those totals could be a lot higher if he was able to stay healthy during this football season. But so far, he's been doing pretty good, I think. Number 11, I have Omar Manning. He has 17 catches for 230 yards and a touchdown. So he's been doing really a lot of good things too, but not much to speak on beyond that. Now Luke Reimer, he is number 10, and he has 67 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, one interception, and 2 breakups. I just think this kid is an absolute monster. I'm really happy that he has a couple more years to go with the Huskers. Um, I just think he could be just a straight up baller. One of those guys that kind of go down in Nebraska Cornhusker history as just a overall like huge playmaker. He's gonna eat up all the tackles. I just really enjoy watching him play because he's such a good player for Nebraska, and I'm really happy that he's playing for us because I would hate to see what he would do on other teams, because he's that good in my opinion. And it was hard to place him. I didn't know where to really go with him because I like him so much. So I had to probably put him at 10. Now, number 9, I have Austin Allen. And I just feel like he's kind of like Xavier Betts in a way. I just feel like anytime Austin Allen has the ball, he's just going to be making big plays. He has such a wide catch radius because he's 6'9", and it's just wonderful to watch him play. And it probably helps that I really like the tight end position. But he so far has caught 24 balls for 343 yards and 2 touchdowns. Honestly, I feel like he could have more touchdowns than that, but obviously some of those balls sailed on him in a couple of games, so he wasn't able to catch those. But he's done a real good job so far. Now, if you guys are liking the content, consider a like and subscribe, and comment down below how you feel my list is compared to your own. And I would like to see what you guys have for lists as well, because I think it'll be different. I think everyone else has different lists or whatever, but this is mine, and that's what I'm going with. Now back to the rest of the list. So at number 8, I have Jojo Doman. He has 42 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 interception, plus a pass breakup. So, like, kind of looking back at this now, like, I'm really surprised that I put him at 8. I think I might have sold him a little short, because it looks like to me that he's doing pretty good for our team. Yeah, maybe I should have put him at like 6 or 5, but man, there's so many other good guys on this list so far that it's hard to place them a little bit higher than what he is. So number 7, I have Samori Torre. He has 27 receptions for 521 yards, 3 touchdowns, and then he rushed for 7 attempts for 64 yards with 1 touchdown. I mean, I really wish that we were able to bring him back for maybe the 6th year, because he's just done such an amazing job from transferring in from Montana. And it's really surprising that he had to go to Montana, considering how he's done here at Nebraska or whatever, or how he's been playing. That kid definitely slipped through the cracks, and I'm really surprised that he didn't get picked up by a big time school when he first came out of high school. But it is what it is, right? So number 6, I have Garrett Nelson. So far, he has 31 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 2.5 sacks. I'm predicting that he probably could get up into the 5 or 6 sack range at the end of the year. I'm really impressed with him. He's doing a lot of great things, and I'm looking forward to seeing him on the team for a couple more years. With number 5, I have Quentin Nelson. He has 40 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack, and 1 pass breakup. He's just been doing a lot of good things out in the backfield for the Huskers, and I think it's just going to be even better going forward. Number 4, I have Deontay Williams Jr. He has 46 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 4 interceptions, and 3 breakups. So he's just been huge for the Cornhuskers so far, and I'm really happy that he's been balling out this year. He's really put Nebraska in a lot of great spots to make plays, and it's fun watching him. So at number 3, I have Cam Taylor-Britt, 31 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack, and 1 huge INT that we kind of pissed down the drain. But Cam Taylor-Britt always showing up to play. So many good things to say about the kid. I'm glad that he's on our team, and I really hope that he'll come back next year and play one more year for the Cornhuskers, because if he does that, I don't know if I would guarantee first round pick, but he's going to be at least second or third rounder, I think. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next year. So at number 2, I have Ramir Johnson. He has 38 carries for 381 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. Then he also has 13 catches for 175. I just feel like the way he's been playing for the Cornhuskers and like the impact that he has on the field, I just feel like he should be high on this list. I don't know if you would put many more guys above him, but I don't know. Ramir Johnson's really stepped up. I think he was like 5th on the depth chart coming into camp, and then all of a sudden now he's the number 1 running back, which is pretty crazy. So he's done a lot of hard work, I believe, and it's been paying on the field, I think. So for number 1, I have Adrian Martinez. I know a lot of people will probably disagree with this, but the stats don't lie, obviously. And it's kind of the Kirk Cousins thing sometimes with him. But he's completed 64% of his passes, 136 out of 211 for 1,995 yards, which it's going to go back to my favorite Cornhusker team of all time, the 1995 Cornhuskers. Not trying to compare them to that, but I'm just saying, whenever I see that number, it just kind of pops into my head. And he also has 10 touchdowns. For whatever reason, I didn't see what he had for rushing touchdowns, but I'm sure it's in the 4 or 5 yard range. And he has to have at least 200 to 500 yards rushing, so he has some amazing stats. Just right now, it's plagued Nebraska where we just can't figure out how to win. And, all the stats are wonderful or whatnot, but you need to translate that into wins. But overall, I've been really happy with a lot of the players that I picked on my list. I've been happy with all the players that I didn't add to the list, too. There's so many that I could have added to this list, but it's obviously my top 15. Maybe I'll even extend it to top 25 at the end of the year. We'll see about that. But for Friday's video, I'll be talking about Nebraska versus Purdue and do kind of a score prediction, and we'll see where we're at with them guys. I really hope that we can pull out a win against Purdue, and then we'll be at 4-5 heading into Wisconsin, I believe. So that'll be another big test for the Cornhuskers. But thank you for all of you guys that have been watching and subscribing. Don't forget about the patch at 200 subscribers giveaway. And as always, thank you. And as always, again, go Big Red.